everyone, it's Tanya, and today I am back to make another card with you. For today's card, we are going to do a monster birthday card. So let's go over what I have out here and get started on this card. I'm going to need a heat tool today. I have some glue, my scrapbook.com tape runner, some foam tape. I have the 3D Texture Folds new reptile folder by Tim Holtz, some Simon Hurley stamping foam, some distressed inks, and peacock feather, mustard seed, lucky clover. I have my cardstock out and already cut to size. I have an A2 card, a mat cut to A2 size, a piece of mixed media cardstock in 5 1/4 by 4, another piece of black in 4 1/4 by 2 1/2, and a piece of mixed media in 4 1/4 by 2. Now, I already had the idea for this card, so I knew what size everything needed to be cut out at, so I did that ahead of time to save time on the video. Now, I also am going to use some stamped images that I have in my stash. On days where I want to be creative, but I don't really want to make a card or do a whole project, or days that I'm not feeling great, but I want to be busy doing something, I'll stamp images out and I'll color them, cut them out, and I'll store them in these little boxes. And I have different boxes for different holidays and seasons and all sorts of things. So this is kind of my Halloween fall box. And for today, we are going to use images from the Simon Hurley stamp set Mythical Monsters. And I'm actually going to just use this one cute little guy with the one eye. But as you can tell, there are some really cute monsters in this set. And again, I will link everything below so that you can find these products that we're using today. As you can see, I have tons of different images in here that I have stamped, colored, and I'm storing for days that I may want to create a card and I don't want to color. I even have a few die cut images in here, so this is kind of my little stash of Halloween easy to make images and cards. Everything's ready to go for when I am. So we'll get all those put back because we're just using this little guy today and get this out the way. So let's start with our piece of mixed media card. And I'm just going to kind of put this down on my scrapbook.com mat because that kind of helps keep it from shifting around. Let me get it straight first. I just want it so it doesn't shift. And we're going to use the stamping foam, and we're going to use this new folder from Tim Holtz Reptile. I love these 3D embossing folders. They have so much detail, and they're great for so many different uses. So your folder is going to have two sides. You're going to have the side that's kind of more raised with like the lines and the bumps, and then the side that's more like the deball side. So you can use either side of this that you want to use. It's completely up to you. But I am not going to actually emboss my paper today. I'm going to use my stamping foam, stamp in here, press it down, and make this into a stamp to use on this cardstock today. So the first thing we need to do is and I need water. I almost forgot my water. So we need to heat up the stamping foam. And I usually do mine about 30 seconds or so. You just want to get it nice and hot. Or nice and heated up, I should say. It does get a little warm. Okay, and then you want to immediately push this into your folder. And you want to press kind of hard. If you have something that you can use heavy to help you press it, that's great. I'm going to kind of stand up. You're probably going to hear my chair squeaking as I press this down. And just kind of hold it for a second. And you can see you get a pretty good impression there. If you don't like that impression and you want to try it again, you can just reheat it and you can stamp it again until you get it the way you like it. But I think we'll do a test. Well, let's do a test one. Let me see if I got a piece of scrap paper here. We'll just do a little test of this to make sure it's how we want it before we put it on the actual card. And I'll just do a little piece at the top. And then press it down. You know what? Let's do that. Let's move this out the way. We don't want to get that wet. Let's do this one more time. See if we can get a little bit deeper impression here. So let's reheat this. And you're just going to reheat it until you see that image disappear. And you know what? This time I think we're going to try it on the opposite side. I think that's the side that I'm going to get my best impression with. Okay. So we're going to take that, press it down. Again, I'm going to stand up and press down hard on it. Oh, I was looking at the wrong side. Okay. Well, let's see. I think that is much better. Okay, we'll just do again a little test of it. Make sure it is stamping the way we want it. And yes. Okay. So I'm just going to clean this off, and all you need is a little water, and you should spray a little bit before you stamp it, but because I was just doing a test one, I didn't spray it with the water since it was just a test of the stamp. Okay, let's get our cardstock back in here where we want it. Hold that down. Now I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to start with a little bit of mustard seed. Now for these, you don't want to do this because it's not going to give you a good amount of ink on here. You kind of really want to move it around like this to get that ink. And then we're going to go in with the peacock feather. And the lucky clover. I think I need to re-ink my peacock feather. So you're just going to lightly mist this. You don't want to soak it, you just want to lightly mist it. Now you could go in straight away like this, but I'm going to kind of give it a little bit at the bottom. And again, I'm just going to use, and this is like from my Cuddle Bug, but it works great for pressure on these. And I dropped the stamp. Okay, now we're going to clean that off. And you can kind of see where every color was on here. So I'm just going to go back and do it again. And you probably could have got a second stamping out of that. But I kind of want these colors to be uniform. So we're just going to go back in and re-ink it. Now, you want to spray, and if this doesn't line up perfectly down here, I'm fine with that because it's going to be covered. So I'm just going to set that there. Again, I'm going to use this to give it some good pressure. That lifted a little bit, but I'm fine with that. And there we go. And like I said, there's going to be a strip that goes across the middle, so I'm not really worried about it lining up perfectly because you're not really going to notice. I'm going to clean off my stamping foam. And I'm going to reheat that. Just until that image is gone. Now it's ready for the next one. And while I have my heat tool out, I'm going to go ahead and just give this a little dry. And then I'm going to spray just a little water down here. Let's get it a little more flowy like it is at the top. We're just going to dry that off. Okay, so that is dry. Let me wipe off this water down here. Now, we are going to go ahead and we're going to mat this, get this on this mat here, and I'm just going to use my scrapbook.com tape runner, and we want to make sure we get it nice and centered. I'm terrible about centering things. I'm not even gonna lie. I am not an expert at this at all. As you can see, it's a little bit more black at the top than the bottom, but I'm fine with that. You know what? If we have to, we can always trim it a little more if we really want to. Do we want to? Is the question. You know, I kind of like it like that. I think we're going to leave it. Maybe. Maybe we will try and readjust it. Because it did look a little bit odd. That's much better. Now we're going to go ahead and attach this to our card base, and for this I'm going to use glue just so I can make sure I get it nice and centered. If something is off centered, I got a little wiggle room. And today I'm using the new artist glue from scrapbook.com. They were kind enough to send me some of this, and I've been trying it out, and I actually really like it. It's a really good glue. And I got the fine tip on it for this. Let me see. I like to go ahead and cap that off when I'm done with it. Get that done. Okay, now we just want to line this up, make sure it's even. I like to kind of hold it up like this, tap it down, make sure the sides and the bottom are even. That kind of lines everything up to get it on your card base nice and straight. So there we go. We have our card base ready to go. Now the next thing we're going to do is, my thought on this card is we're going to put the black strip here in the center. We're going to put the white one there. Again, centered. And then we're going to have this little guy over here, and I think I want to use the saying from the stamp set also that says, "Hope your birthday is scary good." And I thought it would be cute because it almost looks like I hope your birthday is scary good. So I thought that would be kind of cute. I'm going to make sure everything is going to line up nicely. It looks like I may need to take a little bit off the edges of these. Let me lift this up here and see. Yeah, I need to take a little teeny bit off the edges of these. I think. Let's just use our little mini trimmer. And I'm thinking just a teeny bit should do it. Yes. So what we're going to do is just line these up so I can see what we got going on here. And let's see. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so we will move that out the way. So where is my stamping platform? I'm going to grab that. Put it down here. So I know I'm going to want my monster probably here. So I'm thinking right about here for that. And we will use some, where is my ink that I want to use? Let's use some Distress Archival ink in Black Soot. Can't find anything for some reason. Give that in. For some reason, I did not want to stamp. Okay, let's do it again. I like to stamp these a few times so I get the color that I want. And that's good. So we have that ready to go. Let me get my chamois cloth and wipe that off. I need to clean my stamp platform. Okay. Put my stamp stamp away. Now, we are going to go ahead and put this on there. Did I get that a little crooked? I'm going to tell you that sometimes it's not easy making these videos and doing certain things because I'm so used to having my mat right up against me, and then as I'm making a video I have to have it a little bit further back on my table so that it's in my camera's view. And what happens is I have a hard time seeing if things are lining up, if things are going where they need to go. And for some reason, my glue bottle keeps clogging up. Okay, so I got the glue on and we're going to get that glued together here. For the rest of the video, I'm sorry I'm doing a voiceover, but there was a loud thumping. I have no clue what it was, but it made my dogs go nuts. So for the rest of this video, it's going to be a voiceover. So here you can see I got that glued together. There was a little bit of glue on the front. I went to grab my glue eraser. That went flying across the table for some reason. But here I am just removing the glue. I will note that once I got this stuck down, I did not like how much was at the top of, how much black was at the top of that and on the sides. So you'll see in the finished picture that I went back, I took that back off and I trimmed a little bit off the top, bottom, and I trimmed the sides down to the 4-inch size. So it's only 4 inches wide now. So that was right down to the white piece. And like I said, you'll see that in the finished card. On here, I put it on and I think I'm done. But I went back and I changed it a little bit and definitely liked it a little bit better. And I thought I was recording that and that didn't, I either lost that video or didn't record. I don't know. This video has been fun to say the least with things happening. So anyway, we got that stuck down with some tape runner. And now I'm going to put my little monster on. As you can see, there's some stamping on the back. I had stamped on the other side of a piece of card and didn't realize it when I stamped that and had already colored it, cut it out. You're not going to see it. Doesn't bother me. So I don't believe in wasting paper anyway. So it's a good way to reuse. So here I'm using black foam tape. I'm not quite sure what brand this foam tape here is. I can't even remember where I got it from, honestly. But I will link some black foam tape in the description box below with everything else that I'd also have and use. So here I am just sticking the little monster on and finishing up the card. And this made a really quick and easy, clean, simple birthday card. And this card also could be used for other holidays. I mean, you could simply change the colors and change the saying and it could be a Halloween card. It could be for all kinds of different things. Just a get well card. Just you can make a fun card no matter what using those monsters. And here you can see I'm using my ink eraser. I had a little bit of ink I noticed on the front, so I'm just removing that and got that all cleaned off. And here is the finished card. This was a super easy card to make. It didn't take a whole lot of supplies. You really can make this card in bulk. I mean, it would be so easy to do like compartmental making on this card and do all your stamping and coloring, do all your backgrounds, cut all your pieces out, and then assemble them all in one day. And you could get so many cards made at one time. And this stamp set has quite a few different sayings with it. So you could even do like a set of cards, which would make a great gift for someone maybe. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like this card and try making one. If you did like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please make sure if you are not already subscribed, you subscribe to my channel. As I said, there will be links below in my description for all the products I use today. They are affiliate links. I do make a small commission off of those, but at no additional charge to you. And it helps to keep my channel going, helps me keep making these videos and being able to craft with you. Again, thanks for watching and have a great day.